Hello dear students, my name is Shahab and this is listening and speaking micro lesson enriched with technology. Today I'm gonna talk about an interesting topic, which is elements of the plot of the story. But at the beginning, let's play a game together. Are you ready to play a game with me? I cannot hear. Are you ready to play a game with me? Yeah, okay, let's play the game. It's guess the word. The game is guess the word. Who can guess the word? First one. Who can guess? Yeah. Excellent. What's your name? Jack. Wow. Well done, Jack. Jack did it. Okay, another one. Can you guess? Yes. Excellent. Your name is? Your name is Ellie. Wow, Ellie. Great job. So let's get started and talk about elements of the plot. We have actually 5 elements of the plot. Number 1, we have something called exposition. Exposition. What is meant by exposition? Exposition means the beginning of the story. Some events, some characters are introduced to know more about the story, to know the idea, the main idea of the story. So the first one is called, the first element is called exposition. Second one, rising action. What is meant by rising action? Do anyone know the meaning of rising action? Yeah, exactly, well done. It's some actions that lead to the peak of the story, the big point called climax, and this is the third element. So the first one, exposition, it's background of the story. It consists of some information about the story, some characters, and then we have rising actions that lead to the peak point, which is climax, called the climax. Climax, it is the most interesting point of the story. Here in the climax we have the most exciting point. Actually, it is a point of conflict, so that's a climax. The fourth element, falling action. It's like a chart, we have rising action, climax, and then falling action that lead to resolution, the end of the story. Falling action, it is a conflict that leads to the end of the story. And remember that when we move to resolution, it is the end of the story. It may be tragic or maybe a happy ending. For me, I prefer happy ending. For you, who prefers happy ending and who prefers tragic one, like the death of the hero? You. Oh yeah, happy ending. Happy ending. Wow, that's great. So we all agree that happy ending is the best. Now it's time for activity. We will have a listening activity. It's about a very famous tale. This tale is called The Little Red Riding Hood. You know this, Yeah, wow, exactly. That's it. Let's listen to this story, and then I'd like you all to identify the 5 elements which I mentioned at the beginning of the session. Let's get started. Listen carefully.
Once upon a time, there was a little girl who lived in a village near the forest. Whenever she went out, she wore a red riding cloak with a hood.
Can you remember the first element? The first element is exposition. Oh, what is exposition here at the beginning of the story? We have a little girl with a red scarf was moving in the street, was going to her grandma. So here we have the first element, which is exposition at the beginning of the story. Exposition, it is the beginning. We have the beginning here, a little girl with red scarf was moving in the street, was going to her grandma in order to give her food. That's exposition. And then we have rising actions. Rising action when she met a wolf in the woods. Can you remember? When she was moving in the woods, she met suddenly a wolf. And here we have rising action. And then we have the climax. What is the climax here? Can anyone knows? Yes. Exactly, well done. The climax here when the wolf devoured her grandma and devoured her. The wolf devoured her grandmother and devoured the little red riding hood. So that's the climax, the big point. So, and then we have the falling action. Where is the falling action here? Yeah, Ellie, wow, that's great. When the woodman turned up, he came. And then we have the resolution, the fifth element. Can you identify the fifth element here in the story? Yes, Jack, great job. When the woodman rescued the little red riding hood and her grandma, when he get out them of the stomach of the wolf. Now we have another activity for you. I'm gonna divide you into two groups. Each group has 4 students, and then you can choose any story that you want. But remember, this story must have 4 characters. In order to act it out, you're gonna act it out in front of the whole class. Choose a story and then act it out. Let's do it.